Welcome to another reading. Today we won't be doing a pick a card reading. We're going to be doing a general collective reading, and the topic will be about how to improve your relationships. And it doesn't have to be just romantic, it can be any type of relationship. So whether this is with family, with friends, with a partner, whoever it is, it's just going to be general on any aspect of friendship. Cards. We got shine brightly, stand out, be proud, individuality. So with this card, it's a little tricky because if you have the type of friends that, not that they don't allow you to stand out, but that don't accept you to be yourself, then you have the wrong group of friends, okay? Friendship should never, in any type of relationship, should never be about having to walk on eggshells or having to hide parts of you or not be able to talk about the things you want to talk about. Of course, everyone has, interests, different interests and stuff, so maybe they're not interested in some of the things you are, but it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to hide aspects of yourself or your excitement or having to hide or not talk about your accomplishments because they might be jealous or things like that. Okay, those are not true relationships or friendships. So by shining brightly, by standing out, being proud of who you are, of being an individual, so not going with what other people are doing, but actually connecting to your true inner self, your true divinity of who you are, and expressing yourself, expressing who you truly are, that spirit self, by maybe style of clothes or how you wear your hair or any body jewelry you have or piercings or tattoos or whatever, however you choose to express yourself. Do it not for others, not for validation, not to be cool, but because of who you truly are, what it means to you. Okay, by doing that you're going to improve friendships or relationships because the right people will gravitate towards you. Okay, so this is, for this specific card, this is a message to those people that are hiding just in order to fit in. And this card is saying you don't want to fit in with the wrong crowd, with the people that are not your people, because you are wasting your time. You're wasting this life, which is precious. Okay, time is truly precious. You are wasting it on the wrong people. You're wasting it because you're going to hide yourself forever. And you're not meant to do that. You're meant to stand out. Okay, trees do not dim down or desaturate the color of their leaves just in order to fit in with the tree bark. A flower doesn't try to imitate the other flowers around it. It is who it is, and it is proud of who it is. So do not dim yourself down. Do not desaturate yourself. Okay, so stand up, stand proudly of who you are. Not what other people want you to be, not what is in right now, what is in season. No, who are you? Beyond all that illusion, beyond all that, all those trends and things like that. Who are you? Okay, so you need to connect with yourself. Wow, this is interesting. So you got remember who you are. Culture, resilience, beliefs. So this is about, again, connecting with your true self, with your culture, with who you are, with what you're about, what your lineage, what your bloodline is about. And it doesn't mean that you have to find friends or partners, whatever, from that exact culture, that exact, but whoever you end up being friends with, whoever you end up being intimate with, they should be able to accept you, not just for what you can do for them, what you can give them, but accept your culture and integrate, like adapt with it, where they want to learn what your culture is about, just like you should be wanting to learn what their culture is about. Okay? It's not about just like removing everything just to become, a friend or a partner with this person or these people, but it's about like respecting our differences. Okay? Accepting and learning from them so that the relationship can be so much more richer and deeper. The last card you got here with this deck is Go with the Flow. Let go, rest, manifest. So the best way to improve relationships and any type of friendship is by being your true self, because then you're going to gravitate and pull in people that match your energy, and not trying to force things to happen, but just going with the flow, allowing things to be as they are. Okay, allow people to show you who they are by not what they say, but what they do. Okay, does what they say match their actions? If not, those are not your people. But remember that you have to be like that as well. If you want someone's words to match their actions, you have to be like that as well. Okay, so don't be preaching to other people about things but then turning around and doing something opposite. Or promising them that, like making plans about something, but then it's like you don't even think about it, you just do your own thing later and they're waiting like, where are you? Right? So you have to be in the present moment and know exactly who you are, what you're about. Because by knowing yourself and who you are, you will know what it is you want. And then when people start to come in, you'll know how to filter them out, by knowing, okay, this type of person doesn't match my energy. We're going to clash. And this person here is like amazing. And it seems like not just that we have things in common, but there's something about our energies that just click together. Or maybe you feel like you just know this person, like you've known them forever. Okay? But of course, have some discernment, because sometimes that can be a twin flame and you're only meant to learn from them and not have them in your life forever. So let's see what else you get. Okay, you got confidence. So being more confident. Knowing, like again, this again goes with knowing who you are and what you want, right? Because if you are always unsure, if you have doubts or insecurities and things like that, you're not going to have your voice, right? Because you're just going to follow and go along with what others do or say, even though sometimes you may not be comfortable with it, right? So you have to be more confident. And this is also why, if you're a guy watching this, this is also why a lot of girls, when they're younger especially, like the bad boy type, is because bad boys, they tend to be so confident, even though they're, stupid and make stupid decisions and things like that. They're confident, and that's why girls like bad boys. So it's not about that they're dangerous or that, they like to fight or they go to jail. It's not that. It's the confidence. This is also why a lot of girls gravitated to those 50 Shades of Grey books and movies, even though they weren't into like BDSM and like hardcore sexual activities. It's because of how confident this person was. He knew what he wanted, he knew what he liked, right? And that's what girls especially like from guys, their confidence. them knowing who they are. And girls, of course, have to have that same knowledge of themselves, because if you don't, then you're just going to be led astray by, maybe men in your relationships, being easily manipulated or groomed or things like that. So knowing what you stand for, having a moral compass, knowing what you like, what you don't like, and things like that, this is going to give you the confidence and the intelligence of knowing who to pick in relationships or friendships. Okay, knowing how to navigate them. Okay, so being confident is also the key. Okay, so you got cycles. So just in case you are going through a type of relationship, no matter what aspect in your life it is, and you see that things aren't going well, or, remember that there are cycles. That sometimes, of course, just like with family, with any friend, sometimes you'll fight, you'll make up again, things will be great, and, it's like, even though, it's like, you're not going to ever find someone who is identical to you, who will love and hate everything you do, because that would be boring. Person that just goes along with everything you say because they're the same. It's great having differences. Someone, I don't know, like a friend that maybe loves Star Wars and their friend likes Star Trek. It's like, they can debate sometimes, but at the end of the day, what they have in common is they just love space stuff, right? So having some sort of common ground despite the differences is great. So don't just think that this person, shouldn't be in your life just because there's something different about them. Okay? Allow them to be who they are and respect them, love them for it. But also understand that with the cycles card, it's possible that sometimes the people that come into your life aren't meant to stay there forever, that they were just a phase. Someone that comes in order to teach you a lesson, in order to show you something about yourself, right? Because everything around us and the people as well are a mere reflection of us. So it's possible that something that really irritates you about this person is something that you need to change about yourself. Okay, you need to have accountability. Don't be prideful or egotistical, thinking that you're perfect and that you should never change and that you're great as you are. Everyone is perfect in their imperfections, but you need to build yourself to be better. Okay, you're not in competition with other people, you're in competition with yourself to be better than you were years, months, weeks, hours ago. Okay, keep building yourself and allow the people that are just a phase, allow them to teach you and to show you something about yourself. Don't be so hateful and resentful and defensive. Okay, allow them to show you so that you know what to improve on. Okay, so you got discover. So with discover, you can't have great relationships if you're only functioning on the surface level, because then you will never ever know the person in their true form. This is why so many relationships, even though they last for years, something happens where the person is like, oh my gosh, like, how did I not know that they're like this, or that they could be able, they had it in them to do something like this. It's because you function on a surface level. You just saw them as this friend or this romantic partner and what they can do for you, and it was just some usual daily life stuff, but you never truly got to the depth of their soul, of who they are. Who is their family, what were their grandparents or great grandparents like, what was their upbringing like, what was their hopes and dreams as a kid, what is their dream or goal or intention now. There's just There's so much depth that you need to discover from anyone, everyone, even your own parents, just so you know where you came from, who you are, right? So discovery is a huge thing. Not just discovering them, but discovering yourself. The more you learn, the more you discover, the more you know, and then the more you understand. Okay? Let's see what the mermaids have to say. You got visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out-of-body travel. So this could be that a great way to improve your relationship is to also use your intuition to not just have someone having to tell you what they need in that moment, but being observant. Okay, seeing more than what you see with your eyes. So seeing, let's say, what their body language is like. What is their facial expression? What do you see in their eyes? Maybe, they are coming across as happy and things, but in their eyes you can sense there's something wrong, or there's some sort of sadness, you know? So being able to pick up on little subtle things, because that's what will make you a greater friend. Because you're not then functioning on a surface level. You're functioning on a deeper level where they will want to open up to you, because they see that you aren't just some, typical friend, or typical yet another, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, but you are someone they can truly depend and rely on, because you see beyond what others see. Okay, so trusting yourself to pick up on those things and just observing them. The more you observe anyone, okay, whether it's strangers out in the park, or you're sitting on a bench in the mall and just like watching people, right? Not thinking anything, but just allowing them to be who they are, and allowing them to show you who they are, right? So just observing. The more you do that, the more you're going to understand people on a deeper level. You will know why they do what they do. You will know their thinking process. Okay, so just being observant. And trust me, people are going to love you as a partner, as a friend, when you can tell things that no one else can. Because it feels so amazing when someone sees you on a deeper level, when someone picks up on those subtle differences of emotion in your life, where you don't have to come to them and say, hey, I'm kind of sad right now, because it feels, you don't want to like bother someone with your problems, right? But when they see you, when they want to know, when they can tell that beyond your smile there is some sort of sadness or frustration or something, and they pull you aside and ask you, hey, like, is everything okay? It feels amazing being seen like that. Okay, so that's another way you can improve your relationships, especially when it comes to your children, where, as like, I mean, kids, yes, but especially teens, where, they sort of hide away from parents and things like that. But if you take the time to truly, come to them and say, like, hey, I can kind of tell that something is up, like, you can talk to me about anything. Things like that really help out a kid to know that that parent actually acknowledges them, that they see them, you know? Okay, you got time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. It feels like it's saying that, great relationships really take time. You can't expect them to suddenly be great, or that, you'll pick up on things right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some observing on your part, and taking the time to really see someone for who they are, and actually also to know yourself and who you are. Okay, so let's read. It says, in our world and in yours of old, the rituals would be observed and the festivals kept, because that way the mother would breathe in and out more easily, and we would breathe with her in the way of the cycles of the soul, planet, galaxy. We make offerings to the Sea Mother, being sure to clean and care for her liminal zones, the places where you have so often walked. Have you not seen the dolphins moving through the shoreline, appearing to chase the fish? They are hunting, it is true, but they are also moving along the coastline, cleansing toxic pockets of energy. We often attempt to detangle the creatures from the sea nets, and these too are rituals and spells. And you humans wonder what secret acts you can do. You can sing and dance beneath the moon, on the shore, in the forest, by the lake. But you can also do the most sacred thing of all, a magical action at low tide. Before gathering any magical tools along the shore, you must be sure you have made an offering to the sea. We do not take before we give. The sea provides us all with life on this planet, just as the green and brown rich loamy earth. Let us thank her before collecting her driftwood, her seashells, or casting in our line for fish. So it's basically saying to take the time to be a true friend, okay? Don't just want to take in, okay? Don't just expect to for someone great to come along, or for that partner you already do have to make you feel special all the time. What are you giving back? Okay, don't just wait for them to make the first move. Be the one to make someone else feel special, to show them your appreciation that of your friendship or relationship, whatever it is. Okay, so even the giving of a gift, an offer, that's an offering, right? It's like a ritual. You're offering something to them because you appreciate them. And we got a ding. So the next card is vulnerability. Open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. So don't just have a wall around yourself. Okay, you need to open up, to allow someone to truly know you. Just like you want to know them. So you have to be more vulnerable with yourself. Sometimes you have to show like your softer side. It's like people know that you're strong, that you're independent, but that's now how they get to know you. They get to know you through your softness, through your pain, through your memories, through your experiences. Okay, so you have to be willing to open up and share pieces of yourself. And yes, sometimes it's risky. But if it backfires on you, you grow stronger from it. It doesn't mean that you have to, give up everything of yourself, or that they have to know every single aspect, but just open up a little bit at a time. It's like they give a little, you give a little, it's like allow them to know you a bit more. Okay, you got the Tower card, you got the King of Pentacles, and you got the Page of Wands. So for some, the Tower card can symbolize that with the advice already given and what you need to do, there will be a shaky ground between you and whoever, you're watching this video for, right? If this is a friendship or a friendship group or a loved one or a romantic relationship, whatever this is, it could be shaky. Okay, it can suddenly, things are going to possibly feel different because now you are standing in your true divine self of who you truly are, right? You're not going to silence yourself. You're not going to hide pieces of yourself. You are going to be the whole you. Okay, so this could be shaky, and you might, this might end relationships, right? Or have people walk away, or you yourself might want to just walk away. After this shakiness, right? After this huge change, the foundation will then have to stabilize, and you're going to build upon something that is new and fresh and that feels more like you. Okay, that allows you to be your true self with whoever you either have in your life or someone that will come along in your life. Okay, but this is creative energy. This is a beautiful start of creating your true identity, right? Because there are aspects of yourself that you not only hid, but maybe even buried deep down because you felt like it wasn't accepted. Maybe because you loved the things that people didn't love, or you were passionate about things that people found weird or strange or, crazy. Especially if, if you, for example, come from a very religious family, and you know that you would be judged and made to look like a Satanist just because you maybe love things that religious people deem as evil when it isn't, right? It's just a misunderstanding. Much as you have to respect who they are, you have to be yourself as well, because you cannot make yourself uncomfortable just to make them comfortable. Okay, so you have to talk to them and say, hey, I respect what you believe and who you are. I allow you to be you. So you will need to either allow me to be me and accept me as I am. We don't have to talk about the things that you don't like about my life or about my passions or whatever. But let's just be civil and, just function in the same space. If you can't do that, I will have to walk away. So you're allowed to make mistakes. Of course, don't make them on purpose. Don't do bad things on purpose. But you're allowed to make mistakes. Don't think that you have to be perfect and know everything and know how to function and how to be an adult, and no one knows. There is no right way of doing things. We are all just winging it. Shine brightly, okay? Express yourself, who you truly are. Don't hide yourself. Okay? Remember who you are. Get in touch with your heritage, with your culture, with your people. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to always be around them, but know their stories, know where they came from, learn from them. Okay? So that you are more defined in who you are. And remember to go with the flow. Okay? Remember to discover, what was the other cards? Yeah, to be more confident, right? Because knowing yourself is going to make you more confident. Remember that there are cycles. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. Okay? So be more vulnerable. Look deeper. Don't just stare at the surface and function on the surface. Go deeper. Know that person in and out, or those people, whatever. Observe their reactions, their body language, the way their eyes look. Know the difference when their eyes are truly excited or when they're hiding pain, or when they are in pain, or when they're crying and sad. Know their facial expressions, okay? Their tone of voice when they say something. Does it feel authentic, or are they just saying this just to say it, The deeper you are as a person, the more amazing of a friend and a partner you're going to be. Because right now in this world with social media, where everyone thinks the internet is real life when it isn't, it's just a tool, everyone is being so fake. Everyone is wearing a mask, pretending they're living a life that they're really not living, creating more and more illusions. I mean, we already are living in a huge illusion because of the government, like not the government we see, but like the shadow government or whatever. We're already living in a giant illusion, and now everyone is making even more little mini bubbles of illusions all over the place. So in a time where everything is fake, you are going to stand out as being the most authentic person there is. Okay? And remember, the best part to be more authentic, the best way is to connect yourself with nature. Nature never lies. Lions can easily walk by gazelles, zebras, anyone when they're not hungry. They will not attack. Okay? These gazelles and zebras can walk by them with no problem. It's only when they're hungry that they attack. And they don't hide their hunger. When they're hungry, they're hungry. So we have to learn from nature to understand that we have to be authentic with ourselves. Be honest with yourself and with other people. And the first step is knowing yourself. Because everyone has sacrificed so much of themselves due to all these different relationships and partnerships. Maybe the lines have begun to be blurred. Maybe the morals that you started out with having now ended up in the garbage because of this person that gradually, little by little, got you to remove that moral, right? So you have to know who you are, where you stand, okay? And that is how you improve your relationships and your friendships. So I really hope this resonated, and I would like to know, write down in the comments if you also like me to do more of these just, general readings, or do you prefer the pick a card ones? I'm really curious. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Not only does it help my channel, but it also helps other people find the help that they need. So you are helping them as well. And check out my Ko-fi page where you can support me further. All the help I get goes back into my channel and things like that. I would love to purchase a microphone eventually, for better audio and things like that. And obviously more decks, because I'm obsessed with collecting the ones that I find interesting. I have like over 40, I think, that I'm interested in getting. So any type of help is truly appreciated. So I will see you guys next time.